When you see villas like these, the first thought that propagates in your mind is that you will need to scrape together several $1,000,000 in order to buy it. But this is not always the case. There are stately homes complete with swimming pools, gardens, and luxury that no one wants to buy at any price. The reason is the dark secrets that lurk beneath the walls of them, and of the various stories that people in the neighborhood have lived. Beautiful and very expensive villas, but no one wants to buy them. Why? In this video, we will find answers to this and other questions. Follow the video to also find out what macabre and scary stories these luxury villas hide. Before you start with the video, I remind you to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and turn on the bell. But now let's delve into these haunted mansions. The Pillars Estate. The Pillars Estate is a historic townhouse that at 668 square meters, we can sense how cyclopean it is. It was built in 1878 and is one of the oldest houses in its country. 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a library, and even a ballroom take up space inside. However, no one has the courage to step through the front door and move in. But why? Let's take a few steps back. It was last sold in 2006 for $52,000 and renovated by the owner before being put back on the market in 2015 for $1 million. Since then, the price has been cut in half. Seen from the outside, this mansion may look quiet, but once we enter, we are catapulted into a full Victorian-style decor, complete with an eerie piano, countless statues, and scary paintings. Leaving that aside, the main reason why people did not want to buy this ridiculously $500,000 property is its tragic past. Several people have been sighted here, and I am not talking about flesh and blood humans, but rather ghosts. Particularly making the fanatics shudder is the figure of a woman who roams the basement at night. S.K. Pierce in Massachusetts. S.K. Pierce is located in Massachusetts and is 622 square meters in size. Considering the 10 bedrooms, the pool, and the space it has to offer, the mansion is for sale at an ironic price. We are talking about only $329,000, which for a house of this size is a colossal bargain. The problem is that we are dealing with one of the most haunted houses in the entire state. Over the course of the years, 7 people have come missing from its foundation by entering the mansion and never leaving. In addition, countless paranormal occurrences send the residents of the area into turmoil. The story is so intense that we don't want to give you spoilers about it. With a simple Google search, you can find the whole story. The Murder House, a magnificent Victorian-era mansion, can make the eyes of potential buyers gleam like an emerald on a sheet of ice. The mansion in question boasts nearly an acre of land, and the only noise you can hear is the rustling of the wind. In addition to this, the sale price is truly ridiculous. Nevertheless, no one is planning to live here, and the reason is related to the grisly 2004 crime where lawyer Christopher Linson gunned down his wife with 30 shots after learning that she was going to leave him. The dramatic story that troubles the walls of this house discourages any possible buyer from buying it. The Montclair Mansion. The historic home belonged to husband and wife Aubrey and Ann Lewis, who raised their 5 children there. Aubrey Lewis was one of Montclair's most esteemed residents, known for his athletic All-American status, time served in the Federal Bureau of Investigation, senior executive status at a Fortune 100 company, and overall involvement in community affairs, among other accolades. After Aubrey Lewis died in 2001, his wife oversaw decisions made regarding the fate of the home. Initially, along with Montclair Township Historic Preservation Commission's opposition to the demolition, there was a vote among the Montclair Township Planning Board on a motion to give the home historic designation to avoid tearing it down. When the motion was denied after a tie vote, it initiated the agreed-upon proposal between the homeowner and developer to consider moving rather than demolishing. The $10 listing price was advertised from July 2017 until the end of August that year. We never had anyone step forward that found the home was viable to buy and move, said the Lewis family's real estate agent, Lorena White. The street on which the new development is located has been formally renamed to honor the late Aubrey Lewis. Aubrey Lewis, Jr., one of Aubrey Lewis' children, said he was happy for his father's recognition. "I'm very pleased that they're honoring my father by naming the street Lewis Court." Do you think it is worth buying it for $10? I'm not kidding, its actual price is only $10 US. I would argue that it is worth it considering that for an outing with friends you could spend much more. The point is that there is a catch underneath. Once it is bought, the owner is obliged to have it moved to another area. In fact, a new building will soon be erected on the land where it lies. The point is that it takes about $200,000 to move a house of this impressiveness. And Starrett, the Starrett Mansion, is described as being a beautiful Victorian-style home with incredible Queen Anne architectural detailing. It was built in 1889 on 8,000 yout. Lot, inspired by a love between a couple, George and Anne Starrett. This 1899 Queen Anne beauty was a true labor of love of a man who adored his wife. George added the most wonderful artistic additions that are unique as they are beautiful. The freestanding staircase that coils up in the entrance hall just inside the lobby is a real work of art and wasn't built like the normal staircase of the era. Its structural design still stumps architects today, wondering how it was built to be so sturdy. The crown jewel of the mansion, however, is the fabulous solar solarium. This mansion currently has 8 bedrooms, fireplace, 7 bathrooms, with a finished and developed basement. But what is the history of this haunted house? We have already mentioned how much love George felt for his beloved Anne. They thoroughly enjoyed their new mansion and lived there all their lives. Their only son, Edward Morris Starrett, and his nanny also lived here. Over the years, descendants lived in this family home until it was decided to put the mansion on the real estate market. Purchased by another couple and restored, this house became a structure for commercial purposes. Neighbors claim that the house is haunted by the presence of the original family. While there is no hard evidence that has been recorded and shared with the public, there have been a lot of personal experiences reported ever since Bob and Ethel Sokol, the first owners who were outside the family descendants, bought the property until the present time. It may be that no one has been allowed in for an investigation because they didn't want to upset the spirits. A private investigation may have taken place though when the new owners first discovered that they had unseen visitors and a live-in helper in spirit form. And would you be scared to live in one of these mansions? Let us know yours below in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and leave a like. Happy Halloween!